If you check the net revenues of Amazon in this graphic, the net revenue of online stores was lower in Q2 compared to Q1 in 2022. And if you check 2021, the revenues of Q1 and Q2 were more or less the same. Furthermore, I want to show you another graphic about the visits to Amazon last year. There is no data about June here. However, as you see, the web visits in April and May look similar to March. Therefore, if you want to increase your income in Q2, you have to generate some extra sales with the right monthly niches. In this video, I am going to talk about low content book niches for April, May, and June. Let's get into it. Easter is a Christian festival and cultural holiday commemorating the resurrection of Jesus from the dead. I think it is the most important retail event in April. According to National Retail Federation's survey last year, 80% of US adult consumers plan to celebrate Easter, and their expected spending was $169. As most of the people visit their families, and those with children plan an Easter egg hunt for kids, they spend most of this money on candy and food. However, some parents also look to fill their kids' baskets with something other than candy. Therefore, Easter-related books can be a great gift idea for them. Let's check together bestsellers in children's Easter books on Amazon to get some inspiration. As you see, one of the bestsellers in this category is Dot Marker's activity book. Let's check the interior pages of it. I think it is not so complicated to make these pages. You can find these Easter-related vector images from websites like Creative Fabrica and customize them with the dots inside. When you define the diameter of circles, I advise you to make search on Amazon for the bestseller dot markers for your targeted age group. For example, if you check this one, the diameter of it is 0.7 inches. On the other hand, if you check this one, it is 0.28 inches. Therefore, be careful about the diameter of your circles to avoid any negative customer reviews. For example, here the customer says, "The activity book that came along with the set had really cute pictures, but the dots were so small at 5mm that the small markers at 10mm still covered up multiple dots at a time. See the picture attached." Another low-content book idea for Easter is Easter maze books. If you check the interior pages for this one, honestly, nothing special here. As you see, basic pages with simple Easter eggs and bunny images. Of course, Easter coloring books for kids also sell well just before Easter. As an example, let's check this one. Each page contains a whole page of Easter eggs that kids can color. Try to avoid any repeating patterns if you are planning to make such coloring books. If you need an outlined artwork of a giant perfectly shaped egg like this, I will prepare it quickly in Adobe Illustrator now for an 8.5 by 11 page size and share it with you for free download. I found this realistic egg picture to have a guide previously. I will use it just as a guide because I want to make a more symmetrical egg shape which will look better on coloring pages. The border around indicates the safe area of the 8.5 by 11 page size. Eggs are neither circular nor elliptical, so by using the ellipse tool here, I will make the circle first around the egg in the new layer. If you hold the Shift key while dragging, you get a perfectly shaped circle. After placing the circle, click the Direct Selection tool and then click on the top of the circle. While holding down the Shift key, drag the top point upwards. Okay, it is not a realistic egg shape, but as I said, it will look better on coloring pages for kids. So I will save this file in PNG format, and you can download it in Creative Fabrica for free. You can find the download link below in the description. After downloading it, you can open it in Canva and add some patterns to it. I advise you to learn professional design tools like Adobe Illustrator to make more realistic and better designs for coloring books with 3D view, like these in my Creative Fabrica store. There are many free tutorials on YouTube about Adobe Illustrator, so you can learn it by yourself if you spend some time. There is a link below in the description for 7-day free trial. If you want to increase the quality of your books, check the Adobe Illustrator website and try it for free. The other important dates in April are National Siblings Day on April 10th, National Pet Day on April 11th, Earth Day on April 22nd, and World Book Day on April 23rd. As I did for Q1, I will put this e-commerce calendar on my website so you can download it for free and print it out to follow all the important dates for Q2 in advance. Let's continue with May. Cinco de Mayo means 5th of May in Spanish and commemorates the anniversary of Mexico's victory at the Battle of Puebla. Today, not only Mexicans, but many people in the United States celebrate Cinco de Mayo. People celebrate it with Mexican food and parades. When you check this keyword in the books category on Amazon, there are some coloring books. As people wear masks and colorful costumes on this day, I think coloring books about it can be an interesting theme for kids, especially for Mexican American ones to learn the Mexican traditions. Except for the UK, the rest of the world celebrates Mother's Day on May 14th. After back to college, back to school, winter holidays, gifts and celebrations, Mother's Day is the 4th US consumer spending event. According to National Retail Federation survey, 84% of US adults were expected to celebrate Mother's Day last year, and their expected spending was $245. Greeting cards, flowers, and special outings were the most popular gifts for moms, but as you see here, 24% of consumers thought about books as a gift for this special day. Before checking on Amazon, firstly, I want to show you when people started to search for gifts for their moms last year on Google. We can define best launching time for our books with the help of this information. Let's search Mother's Day gifts on Google Trends. As you see, most people started to search around the last week of April. So, it means that you should better to make your books live before the mid of April for this niche. Now, let's check what kind of books are selling well for this niche on Amazon. Search Mother's Day in Books category in the Amazon search bar. These auto-suggested keywords are searched frequently by customers, so write them down as they have high search volumes. However, when you make keyword research like this, you should always check if you can rank your books on the first pages or not for your targeted keywords. For example, we have Mother's Day word search and Mother's Day journal here. Let's check together Mother's Day word search term now. This niche seems quite competitive. Let's check this one that has many customer reviews. Okay. It was published 2 years ago and almost all of its reviews are positive, so the puzzles inside should be good enough. However, I think the book cover can be better. For example, I noticed here that it is written large print. which can be good for the elderly. And I would prefer to emphasize this information on my book cover by creating a better focal point. If you watch my How to Design a Book Cover That Sells video series on my channel, you will understand better what I mean. Frankly speaking, I think the word search book niche is very competitive, and it will be hard to rank your book on the first page with only organic ranking efforts and better book cover designs. As I said, it is the fourth US consumer spending event, so there will be demand for any niche related to women and moms. Therefore, instead of focusing on auto-suggested niches with high search volumes, I would suggest you think about the hobbies of moms and create low-content books related to these hobbies, especially if you don't have a marketing budget to compete with the books on the first page of search results. The other important dates in May are National Wine Day on May 25th and Memorial Day on May 29th. As I said before, you can download this e-commerce calendar for free from my website, print it out, and research the other important dates for Q2 in advance. The link is below in the description. Let's continue with June. Pride Month is celebrated each year in June to honor 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan. The uprising was a huge turning point for LGBT rights in America. Today, celebrations include pride parades, picnics, parties, workshops, and concerts that attract millions of participants from around the world. Common symbols of Pride Month are the rainbow and the pride flag. By using these symbols and artworks on any of your low-content book covers, you can grab the initial attention of the LGBT community and its supporters when they search on Amazon. If you like the high-resolution artworks that you are seeing now, you can find them in my Creative Fabrica store. If you check Google Trends, you can see that Father's Day isn't as widespread as Mother's Day. However, I think it is the most important niche in June. According to National Retail Federation survey, 76% of US adults were expected to celebrate Father's Day last year, and their expected spending was $171. Greeting cards, clothing, and special outings were the most popular gifts for dads. But as you see here, 23% of the consumers thought about books and CDs as a gift for this special day. Low-content books like puzzle books or adult coloring books can be a good gift ideas for dads. However, as I said for Mother's Day, do not forget that it is also a very competitive niche. Therefore, think about the hobbies of dads like fishing, hunting, or outdoor cooking, and try to find some quotes and jokes about them to write on the covers to grab the initial attention of customers. The other important dates in June are American Flag Day on June 14th and International Yoga Day on June 21st. If you want to research the other important dates for Q2 in advance, don't forget to download this calendar, print it out, and write down your daily schedule on it. You can stick to your commitments for the coming niches by doing this. I hope this video was worth watching, and it will help you increase your Amazon KDP income in Q2. If you think so, make sure to subscribe and like the video to support the channel. I will continue to make videos about Amazon KDP low content books. See you soon in the next video.